okay, we need to talk about Jaguar. There's a couple different things going on here. And there's a couple different lessons I want to share with you that I've learned from Jaguar, the car company, over the last couple of years. The first lesson is something that my girlfriend Jamie and we joke about. It is that I used to like Jaguars. I think they're very beautiful cars. I think they're very well designed. I think they look really cool, but I'm really frugal. I'm a really cheap guy. And I've never bought what I consider to be a particularly nice car. I drive a Prius. My girlfriend drives a Toyota Corolla. We're very cheap, very frugal, very practical people. And yet part of me for a long time has wanted a Jaguar. And I tell Jamie this, and I was like, if I feel weird about it because like part of me is like, I don't care about flashy things. I don't care about that. But the other side was like, it is a cool car. It's really beautiful. I think I'd enjoy having one. And she goes, well, what's the problem then? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm kind of afraid of the judgment of other people. Like, that's really at the end of it, what we unpacked was that I was afraid of how other people would view me with that thing, and like rolling up into a meeting with that or to a family event. And it's not even a particularly expensive car in the grand scheme of things, right? Like there's levels to this game, right? If I really wanted to, I could drive an Aston Martin and I would have the same issue, or a Lamborghini. Like, the baggage that we carry sometimes that holds us back from buying the things that we want is the fear of the judgment of other people and what they're going to think of us. And it's interesting because a lot of people will buy the Lamborghini, they'll buy the Aston Martin, the Jaguar, whatever, so that other people will think nice things of them, right? And that's bad for obvious reasons, and we make fun of those people. But the opposite is just as true. And I'm on the opposite end of this, which is that I stop myself from buying a thing that I want because I'm afraid of the judgment that people that I don't even care about will have of me, right? Both extremes are problematic for completely different reasons, but being aware of where we are on that spectrum and why we have this resistance is important. That's where growth and self-awareness come from. Well, my girlfriend and I, we made this joke, or we have this line now, which is, this isn't just about the car, by the way. For me, this permutates into all different areas of my life. Worrying about what other people will think about me if I do a thing. It's something I care very deeply about, it turns out. Right? I don't like to admit that to people, and I don't want to admit that publicly here, but it's true. Like, it manifests in my behaviors all the time. Case in point, moment of vulnerability here. Like when Anuj and I will come here, we'll record, we're in this big room called the North Star Lounge in the building that I live in, right? And I don't like recording in here very much because there's a door and people can just come in. And for whatever reason, I get really self-conscious when other people come in and observe the process of creation. I don't know why I care, if you think about it, because I'm going to make this video. My goal is for millions of people to see it, right? We have content that gets seen millions of times. I have no problem with you seeing the finished product of this, but for whatever reason, somebody walks in right now, and if they were to stand over there and just kind of watch, I would get super uncomfortable. No idea why, except for there's something about the judgment of other people seeing me and how I do it that makes me uncomfortable. So I obviously care what other people think of me. And I can't deny that that's the case. I don't want that to be. I would like it not to be. I would like it to not affect my behaviors. And so this is where Jamie and we came up with the line, you just need to drive your Jaguar. So when Jamie's much better about this. She doesn't care what anybody thinks, and she'll dance in public and she'll make big noises, and I get very self-conscious about things. And she just looks at me and she goes, just drive your Jaguar, Anthony. Right? And it's a subtle phrase that means a lot between us, because it means, hey, don't worry about what other people think about you. If you want the Jaguar, go get the Jaguar, go drive the Jaguar, and say fuck you to everybody else. Just go do your thing. Go do you. If that's what you want, that's what makes you happy, forget what other people think. And so when Jamie says drive your Jaguar, that's what that means. And I encourage you to drive your Jaguar, whatever that means for you, right? And it's going to be different at different levels of the game for everybody, but I promise you, you have things in your life, you have a Jaguar that you're not driving right now because of the reasons that we've already unpacked here. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to talk about with Jaguar, that's lesson number one. The second thing I want to talk about Jaguar is Jaguar screwed up. They did this big rebrand recently, and whatever. Like, I'm not opposed to the fact that they're going in a new direction or whatever. I'm just upset that the brand that I loved and I thought was beautiful, they've changed now into something that I don't find beautiful, that doesn't speak to me. I'm no longer their target audience as a middle-aged white male. And I get it, like whatever, they have to go find their market share somewhere else because they've been struggling for various reasons. But now this thing that I was really excited about, like the literal manifestation of the words that Jamie and I use, go drive your Jaguar, now means something completely different because I'm like, now I don't want a Jaguar. It's a perfect example of how a brand or a company alienates their core consumer sometimes by doing dumb shit in an attempt to go get more market share. That's what they did. In an attempt to go get more different market share, they alienated this hardcore group of people who were very excited. And here's the crazy thing is if they had done, like, if they had waited on the branding thing, maybe 3 months, I would have bought the Jaguar already. And then I would have been regretful. I would have been like, well, the car is cool, but now I don't really like being associated with the brand very much. So thank you for doing the rebrand when you did, guys, because you saved me. I'm going to go drive my Jaguar, but it won't actually be a Jaguar. So that's it. That's all I got, guys. Very disjointed episode. Hopefully you got a little bit of value out of this. If you did, let me know. What is your Jaguar? Go leave me a comment, shoot me a DM, give me an email. I'd love to hear from you guys. What is the Jaguar that you've been putting off to drive? And I'll see you in the next episode.